on today's our day. Actually, I don't really like Women's Day because I like to have a Women's Decade or the Women's Century. That's more our style, right? All right. Okay, we can start with the presentation. I believe that we become the stories we tell ourselves, the stories that we tell ourselves in our head. And I'd always had one story to tell, that I wanted to tell stories, boldly and without fear. It started rather early for me, as you can see. I was always the poser, a drama queen. At 2.5, I got my first role as baby Krishna. And then on to every school play, every debate, every fancy dress, from a rather plump Snow White and a very disinterested Prince Charming, as you can see, to then becoming a very enthusiastic Jesus Christ. I was never caught up with looking pretty. I loved being in the role and losing myself in it. I loved talking about the role. I loved asking questions about the role. To then becoming a very, very bald shoemaker in Shoemaker and the Elves. I dreamt of roles and playing them authentically. And all my dreams led me, with much resistance from my parents, who are both teachers, to Mumbai, the city of my dreams, only to find a host of problems, starting with, I have to tell you, and I think a lot of us have faced them, accommodation problems.
Magazines had glossy pictures of houses of actors. I came to Bombay, and imagine my shock. There were little holes in walls with 4, 5, 6, 7 people cramped together. I found this glorious room. It was a large, airy, spacious room with a big balcony that overlooked the ocean. Came with a landlady. And she was a grouchy, cranky, highly suspicious lady. And she had her term sheet for her PGs. So no coming after 9 o'clock, no meals, and there is no way that you can be part of the entertainment business. And she looked at me, "Tu film aaj te nahi kam karna chahndi?" And I saw my head, out-of-body experience, go this. Being a Sardarni, I had my own term sheet. I brought that out. And we agreed. Everything was happy. Our contract was signed. We were done and dusted. Everything was fine. Out of the blue, I get this call from this guy who's a very, very famous producer and director. He said, "Why don't you come over and meet me? And I'm casting for this film." And I landed up in his office, and he gave me an eye full, and he said, "Need to learn how to ooze." I got the part, and agreeing to do a film with him is like pretty much agreeing to be his pet squeeze. And then came the outdoor shoot. On the third day, he said, "So let's meet in my room for dinner. We'll discuss the script." Come 8 o'clock, I buy this exotic bouquet and this box of luxurious chocolates. And I knock on Reptile's door. And he's sitting in a satin maroon lungi. I walked up to him and I gave him a big hug and I said, "Thank you so much, sir. You've shot me so beautifully." He said that he didn't expect the fly to be so enthusiastic to walk into the spider's web. And just then, the phone rang, and it was his son calling. Because what I'd done was that I had told the hotel operator to transfer all calls that were coming to my room to his room. And so one by one, 5 or 6 calls happened, and Sir just lost his desire to discuss the script, and that was that.
And the casting couch. When I got my first film and I asked them, when they gave me the script, I said, "Where are my dialogues? Where are my scenes?" They said, "Madam, you've got 4 songs. I became scared. I became Bollywoodized, as you can see. That's completely male-dominated. I started going for pretty. Sometimes there was so much makeup that if you took me out from behind the makeup could act by itself. I stopped asking questions. Men called the shots and women were flower pots. It bothered me. But a woman is like a tea bag. You put her in hot water and she'll show you just how strong she is. Albert Einstein said, "The woman who follows the crowd will usually go no further than the crowd. The woman who walks alone is likely to find herself in places no one has ever been before." So I started marching to the tune of my own drum, playing parts that became iconic. I wrote a book. I started asking questions again. I stopped trying to fit in. I started standing out. In Bollywood, there are 3 types of roles for women. 16 to 25, babe. 25 to 45, bhabhi. and 45 to whatever age you can walk till you're BG. I was neither. So I started scripting my own story. In a business that glorifies youth and beauty, I played a character in my very own production that was neither young nor pretty. It's a short film called Chutney. I don't know if any of you have seen it. Yay! The protagonist is a woman. She's badass, she's sassy, and she's super intelligent, and she messes with the other woman's head pretty damn well. It became the most watched short film in the world with 121 million views, and I was the writer, producer, and actor, not just of the film, but of my own life as well. Thank you. We won 2 Filmfare Awards, Best Actress and Best Short Film. We also won a lot of international acclaim. We won the HBO Audience Choice Awards in New York, and people suddenly started to take note. They were suddenly interested in this girl who they had pegged as being a has-been, a woman, somebody who's, you know, not able to do anything for herself, asks too many questions, why do you have so many discussions? Suddenly I started being taken seriously on set. Whenever I had a question, it was answered now. Nobody said, "Itte sawal kyun puchti hain aap?" And then came our next short film called Churi, which was nominated for, again, Best Short Film, Best Actress, and has an aggregate of over 9 million views. And again, the protagonist is a woman. She looks like a housewife, but is gangsta bad. When I looked for limitations, I found many. But when I looked for potential, it was much more than my limitations. We're now writing our first feature film. I see no ceiling, because through the glass, I see what the universe gave me. It gave me the sky, and as far as I know, that's just made up of gas. So there is no limit. Thank you so much.